haven't done one of these short-ish videos for some time because I've been so busy, occupied, but in the best possible way with online programs. I think doing those videos at the beginning of the first lockdown were, without me realizing it, a preparation for the online work that I have subsequently done, which has been phenomenal. And I'll do a different video about that and the remarkable results that we've had with those online programs. And here I am at the beginning of yet another phase of the virus lockdown. I chose the moment when the French President Macron eased the lockdown regulations in France, which is where I live, to allow travel, particularly for Christmas, across France and internationally. And I thought, right, that's a chance to be with my family, my eldest son and his beautiful wife and my grandkids especially. And so I really enjoyed that freedom of driving through France, catching the ferry and arriving in the UK mid-December. And as you may know, who doesn't know, that since then they have discovered this extremely contagious new form of the virus. And UK, as a consequence, has been sort of isolated from the rest of the world, with other countries banning entry for people from the UK. So that's presented an interesting situation. I had a return ticket for the 28th. That might still happen. However, I did think that given the circumstances, maybe I should try and get back, because they spoke about the news and the UK government spoke about putting in a travel restriction from last Sunday night, midnight. That was the 20th. And that was my birthday, which has been the first time I've celebrated a birthday with my family for a long, long time, because normally I'm in India at this time of the year, working and living and cycling. And so my reaction was to book a ferry for that night. I thought, well, there's a ferry going tonight. It's just before the restrictions come into place and I can return home within that time. So the ferry was due to leave at 11 o'clock and the restrictions were due to come in at midnight. And I felt such conflict with that decision. I booked it partly so that not with a total commitment to taking it, but with having it as a plan, a backup plan, which is something I often do. I'll have not only plan A, but plan B, C, and D, and possibly more. And it was a remarkable day to have that. We went out. I mean, I have been staying in a very secluded place, which is where I am now, just to make sure I was okay. And then to be out with the family outside, we went for a walk in a place called Virginia Water, and just to share the sheer enjoyment of my grandkids with that walk, especially my eldest granddaughter, who loves nature and is exploring every bush, every bit of the water bank. It's such a reminder that really the only place to be in time is now. And I still felt that, oh, how am I going to make a decision? And knowing that one of the coaching processes that I use is parts integration, integrating parts that are in conflict with each other. And I thought, I'm just not succeeding with this, because part of me wants to get back safely, and a part of me wants to stay here and not only celebrate my birthday, but to be around for Christmas time, as I am now a part of their household bubble, as we say. And I experienced what we typically experience when we have conflicts is that so much attention gets drawn to conflict and the oscillating with the decision, what if I do that and what if I do this, which takes away from the ability to be present. And I did wonder how I was going to make a decision. And it was interesting because my family had got a birthday cake for me with lots of candles because I have lots of years. And I was just about to blow out the candles, which I know is not supposed to happen. And we'd all forgotten about that. You're not supposed to blow candles. However, and in that moment, my grandkids said, make a wish. And of course, I'd forgotten, not having done this for a long time. It's not an Indian custom to have candles on the cake. It's an Indian custom to smear your face with a cream birthday cake after you've cut it. So I was spared that. And they said, make a wish. I thought, oh yes, make a wish. People blowing out the candles. So I made a wish. And not long after, or maybe as part of that, I realised that the choice I had was between, because I also had the opportunity of taking a ferry, well, theoretically, a ferry a couple of days later as well, which still would mean me not being here for Christmas. And I realised that the conflict was between doing what my head was saying, which is it's logical, theoretically practical, to get back as soon as you can, to avoid the complexities of what will happen if there's a more extreme lockdown, and my heart was with my family and wanting to be with them and them wanting to be with me and wanting me to stay. And I realized it was a love over fear choice, fear of, well, practically what's going to happen if I don't get back, and a love of being with people who are very special and very dear to me. And remarkably, so I didn't get that ferry on Sunday night. And remarkably, I heard subsequently that many people had boarded that ferry in the belief that it was a last chance to return to their homes or to go where they were going to go. And they had boarded the ferry, cars and everything. And just as the ferry was about to leave, which was before this restriction was due to come into force, that the ferry company, Brittany Ferries, had received notification that France would not allow these people to disembark. And they had to get off. In fact, they had to stay on that boat and overnight and then disembark in the morning back into the UK. And they didn't get to France as they thought they might. So it was interesting that the thought of what would have been, what I thought would have been a logical decision, wouldn't have worked out anyway. So here I am. And who knows what's going to unfold. But I do know that my commitment is to love every moment of being here. And wherever you are, whatever's happening, I wish that for you too. And I wonder how you are making decisions with inevitably the many kinds of conflicts that this situation is throwing up